Welcome to Senior Break. I'm Dawn Medici with Oxford Township Parks and Recreation.
And I'm Marie May with Addison Township Senior Center. And today our special guest is my good dear friend, Toni Sanchez Murphy. Welcome, Toni.
Thank you.
And Toni's with the Miss Senior Michigan pageant that we are getting all excited for because it's in July.
Yeah,
The
and
pageant is actually
welcome
today.
back.
Yes.
Yes.
I was here, 5 years ago when this station first started?
Oh, has it been that long?
It's a delight
Wow.
being back. Thank you.
Yes,
Well,
it's
thank
been a
you.
long time. Well, Toni, we need a review. We need a brief on what do you have to do to enter now that everybody knows that we have a Miss Senior. That's the main problem. People do not realize that there is a Miss Senior Michigan.
Yes.
That is
And-
true.
and-
We women over 60 oftentimes tend to become invisible. People don't notice because we're not 25 or 30. And so we tend to not always draw the attention we should. And we are treasures of information, experience, resources. We have a lot to give, and we are really valuable people. So anyway, the pageant comes up in July the 24th. However, we're looking for contestants.
Wow.
We're looking for women like us who are 60 and over who would like to compete in a low-key pageant. This is not like Miss America exactly. It's Miss Senior America. So it is more low-key.
The first thing people ask me, ladies ask me, if they're interested in is, do you have to wear a bathing suit? So if you answer that first, then we got them to, maybe they'll listen to the rest because...
No, we don't have to wear a bathing suit, and neither now does Miss America's. But we wouldn't want to show off too much of a good thing.
That's right. So what do you have to do if you're interested?
Our website, MsSeniorMichigan.org, all small caps, has a application form, and you download it and fill it out and send it to me before June the 14th.
Okay.
So we still have 2 months that if you're interested, truly consider. It's a lot of fun. The group has been going on for the last 37 years.
Wow, that's incredible.
We, except for the 1 year of COVID, we've had an annual queen representing all senior women here in Michigan for 37 years. Last year's queen, a wonderful woman from Flint, who is a Vietnam veteran, 71, and she sings like Aretha Franklin. She was wonderful.
Yeah.
The first runner-up, a musical voice that sang wonderfully, and the second runner-up played harp. So there's lots of possibilities. We've had contestants who iced cupcakes. We've had contestants who did the musical glasses with water in it.
Oh
yeah.
That's cool.
So tap dancing or a prose poem.
So would that be the talent
Yes,
part that
would
you're
be the talent.
speaking about now? Okay.
The 4 areas that are judged, one is obviously an interview in the morning, 5 minutes with 3 judges from the senior centers that ask normal questions that any senior woman could answer.
Okay.
If I remember a couple of mine, it would have been something like, what do you think is the greatest fear for senior women? There's no right answer. There's lots of right answers. What do you think is the greatest invention of the 20th century? There's so many things.
Yes, so many things.
They want to see if you can talk.
Okay.
They want to see if you can hear, make contestant a logical sequence and talk well. So that's an interview, 5 minutes. Then pageant day, then you have the 3 areas. One is a philosophy of life. 35-second delivery of who are you and what makes you the way you are. What do you believe in? What keeps you together? A talent of 2.5 minutes, and it can be, icing cupcakes, singing, dancing, doing a poetry reading, a comedy act. There's so many things you can do.
How long is that? How long of a...
2 minutes and 45 seconds,
Okay.
although we recommend keep it to 2.5.
Okay.
Because
So that's not too bad.
No, it's very short.
yeah, okay.
It's shorter than anyone thinks. And then gliding around the stage in an evening dress.
Okay.
So they want to see your poise, your grace under pressure.
Oh, okay.
So those 4 areas are what the judges score on a score of 0 to 10. And then the highest number wins the crown, and then the first runner-up and second runner-up.
Okay. So I have a question. So you were crowned in 2012, and was that your first introduction to the Miss Senior Michigan? And what drew your interest? And then once you were crowned, you're still here today, but part of that program. So what led you to today?
That's a complicated question, but I'll start with the
That's a
first
good one.
one,
Okay.
which was, by career, I'm a psychologist. So I'm not a pageant queen follower. I don't do pageants. However, in 2011, my senior mom, who was near 90, I thought, let's do something, Mom. I noticed a thing at the senior center. Why don't we go there and see what they have? They have a show, they have a lunch, let's go. So I dragged her to this because she didn't want to go. And while I was there, I noticed the women at the luncheon were like us. I was impressed with their ability to hold themselves, as interesting, intelligent women who had some things to say, who represented the community
Right.
in a beautiful way. And then watching the show, I thought, okay, I can sing a little. Maybe I could do that. So I gave them my name. And then the following year, they sent me an application. That's before you have to download. Then
Sure.
you just mail everything. So they mailed me an application. I filled it out, sent it in, and I went through the pageant rehearsals and the training, which is a good idea. And lo and behold, when they called my name as queen, I was, oh, wow, okay. And then, so what do you get when you become queen? You get a crown, you get a banner, and you get the responsibility to advocate for whatever you believe. Being a school psychologist at that time, I advocated for school issues, dealing with kids and violence,
Right.
dealing with conflicts between the various races. I was a school psych for Pontiac for many, many years. So I use education as my advocacy. Whatever the queen advocates for is what she will promote.
Okay.
And then I realized that the president of the organization was becoming very ill and basically selected me to step into her place.
Okay.
The board agreed, and bingo, I
Here
became
you are.
president.
Yay.
And so for the past now 5 years, I've been president of this organization, Miss Senior Michigan, Inc.
Okay.
And I love it. I love what the women are doing. I love what we promote. We promote us. We promote women over 60 who have much to share with the world and their community.
Yeah, that's great. That's great that you are able to continue and share your passion. So that's amazing. That's great.
So what would a person that just wants to get into it have to think about themselves? Do they have to look a certain way, or do they have to belong to certain groups, or what are the qualifications? What's the criteria to even consider themselves?
It's scary to think, should I apply for this?
Right.
That's a big question that we each face. However, the requirements are you must be 60, okay? You must be a resident of Michigan and a United States citizen and a woman, whatever that means these days. That's it. Internally, it's, do I have enough courage to apply to a contest that I'm not sure about at my age? That's the biggest fear that most of the women that I certainly felt when I applied at 67 for this pageant. Why am I doing this? And it wasn't until after I joined the organization that I realized it's to support the rights of senior women.
That's-
It's to make us visible. It's to, strengthen our importance in the world. And it's to give to the community, not just our families, but the communities, what we know, what we've learned, and our own expertise.
And I know that for the children of the queen, of the person that's running, they are so happy when their moms join something like this.
Right.
They're so proud of them that you don't have to win.
Right.
Just that
But
they
just
got
be a part of it.
involved and they
Right.
met new people, new friends. That's really important. So it doesn't just help the queen, it helps the whole family.
Well, we have to go to break.
Okay.
And I'm sorry to say, but I'm going to have to leave. Thank you so much, Toni, for
Pleasure.
coming out. And I'll let the two of you continue here when we
Okay.
get back.
Okay, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Senior Break. Today, my very special guest and good friend is Toni Sanchez-Murphy. She is the president of the Miss Senior Michigan pageant, which is a lot of fun. So, Toni, I would like to kind of give our viewers an idea of what they were getting into. What does it look like to join? From the
pageant?
first step, they call you, and then what happens after that, or they email you?
Well, you first fill out the application, which you can download from our website,
Okay.
missseniormichigan.org, all small caps, and then the application comes to me. We have a meet and greet on June the 29th.
I think it is.
In order for the contestants to meet one another, meet our pageant director, meet the contestant director, meet me, meet the cameo. The cameos are all of the participants or queens or runners-up that we've ever had that continue to stay active. And it's a way of meeting the sisters of this organization. Then from that point on, we have basically 5 rehearsals. 2, July the 12th and the 17th, that's Wednesday, Friday, from 9 to 1. Again, the next week, the 17th and 19th, and then the final rehearsal, the 23rd, before the pageant on June 24th. It's at OPC
Oh, that's
in
what I was gonna-
Rochester. It's a senior center, very, very nice senior center there that has a space for a lot of people and a
Big
nice
stage, nice stage.
Nice stage, nice dressing rooms, and very supportive to us, Miss Senior Michigan. The training and the rehearsals basically review, how to deliver your philosophy of life speech.
So you don't have to know how to walk on a stage. Someone will help you.
We do show
Okay.
how to basically keep yourself erect and walk with grace as much as possible.
Okay.
We encourage the ladies to wear whatever shoes they will be in fact wearing. I know there's a tendency to think that you need to wear 4-inch stilettos, but if that's not comfortable for you, and if you think you might trip or be awkward in them, it's not a good idea.
Yes.
Wear whatever would be comfortable so you can glide around the stage as you smile, and then come up and deliver your philosophy of life, which is 35 seconds of what keeps you together? Who are you? What makes you the way you are?
And that it might seem long when you start, but it's not.
It's not.
Once we start speaking what we believe in, we could probably go on for hours. but the 35 seconds is important. You put all the main things in that you want
It's
to know.
because it's timed.
Yes,
And
yes.
both the philosophy of life is timed. It's 35 seconds. We recommend you keep it to 30 seconds because a couple of deep breaths and you're way past.
So
And
is somebody timing it? I mean,
somebody's timing it.
and the judges will know that it's okay.
Yes. Same thing with the talent. The talent that you deliver is 2 minutes and 45 seconds. We
Okay.
recommend that you keep it to 2.5 for the same reason, that a couple of deep breaths or hesitation and you're over time. And that just means you lose points in that category.
Okay. And I know a lot of ladies will say, I have no talent, which is not true, because no matter what,
We all have
seniors,
talent.
We all have talent. And it could be, didn't one time someone teach llamas or
We've
work
had
with
lots of
llamas, and they
things.
brought
We've
a
had
screen?
fabric art, women who have shown the outfits they've made for
Yes.
babies, for children, for prom dresses. We've had ladies who've iced cupcakes. We've had, in addition to singing and dancing and comedy routines, poems, a dramatic act. There's lots
Clowns.
of different things that you can do. And it's very easy to think, I don't have enough talent, because we compare ourselves to Hollywood or New York. But we don't have to be Hollywood or
No,
New York.
no.
We can be who we are, and we have talents in our own selves.
And it's what the judges think about that talent. It's not so much of what you're doing, but the fact that we can do it. We're seniors and we can do this. We can make jewelry.
We can.
And we can make cupcakes.
Yes.
And we even had one time, wasn't there, one of the seniors were speaking to their little grandchild? Reading. It was reading. They were reading.
They were reading poetry or a
Yes.
story.
Yes.
And so it was a pretend situation where, it's a dramatic act actually, where a woman was pretending to be in a grandmother role, reading to her grandchild a children's story
Yes.
before they went to bed. And the beauty of it was that is dear to our hearts. We've all done that.
Yes.
I remember last year, one of the women wrote a letter pretending to be her teenage daughter to her mother, who she had insulted for teenage reasons. And the letter was an apology and an understanding of who the mom was. So that's another example
Yeah,
of
and that went right to the heart.
that went
To
right
most
to the
of
heart.
the people, it really did. Yeah, there's so many different things. Okay, so they do a talent, and then they do.
Well, the way the program, the pageant, and this is the pageant book
Booklet?
from last year.
Okay.
The way the show goes, and it's held at OPC, is first we have a sort of a glitzy opening number by the Cameo Sisters of something Broadway or whatever. And then the MC, me, comes on and welcomes everybody in. And then we introduce the finalists
Okay.
to the audience. They each, identify themselves and the city that they're from.
Okay.
Then they go backstage. We have more talent from the various cameos, different queens and runners-up who have sung, danced, or did a number, to allow the finalists to change clothes into their talent.
Okay. Can I ask you, when you said they're sisters, are you just saying sisters are just anybody that's in the pageant, or do they have someone,
Any
a special
participant
person?
that's been, nope,
to help
they don't,
them?
they're not kin sisters in that sense. Sisters in heart, that they have been part of the Miss Senior organization
Okay.
by either contributing, by having competed, by helping backstage,
Okay.
by being...
So they have a sister they can ask questions to,
Yes.
and they'll help guide them. So they're not out there by themselves.
No,
They'll
no.
maybe
Each
be
of the
assigned?
finalists, is assigned a
Okay.
cameo sister to whom they can call and ask questions.
Okay.
Especially when you get nervous.
Yes, because you don't feel so alone.
Yes.
Because you have someone. And then the other thing you said, the city. Can your city get behind you?
Well, a lot do. Again, we are always trying to find more publicity for our Miss Seniors.
Okay.
And so we do encourage the finalists to let their cities know that they're competing. Some of the newspapers are interested, and many wait until the results
Okay.
to see, if they won and if they get publicity from that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then who's invited to the final, the day of the pageant?
It's an open admission. I mean, anyone can get a ticket. Anybody can buy a ticket from OPC. It's $20 for the entire show.
Okay.
And The show is from 2 to 4. It's a general admission, general seating, so we recommend you might get there about 1:30, 1:45 to find a seat that you like.
So even if you're not competing, you can just come and watch the show.
In fact, if you're thinking of competing, if not this year, next year, come and see the show,
Yes,
so you
that's a
have an
good
idea
idea.
of what it's like.
Yeah, that's a
and
good
then you have
idea.
a better feel for the coming year.
That's a good idea.
But it's a wonderful show. We've had lots and lots of compliments. Last year, we had almost 200 people there.
Wow.
So it's a nice show. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And you would think, why would 60-year-olds and older want to demonstrate their singing and dancing? Because it's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun. I mean, I'm almost 78, and I enjoy being on stage and watching the younger women come and perform. It's great fun.
It's great. Well, we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to kind of sum up all this and what we have to do again to get in this, because it sounds like a lot of fun.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Senior Break. Today is Toni Sanchez-Murphy's here with the Miss, she's the president actually, of the Miss
thank you.
Senior Michigan, that's a big title, Miss Senior Michigan pageant. And so we're going to continue about talking about the pageant. What else after now we got where we bought the application and we are ready to, what's the next step?
Well, you download the application from our website, fill it out, send it to me. We have a meet and greet on June 29th to meet the other contestants, meet the directors, etc. Rehearsals start in July.
Okay, so that's good. So you'll know some of the people before you get to the actual rehearsal,
yes.
because the meet and greet. Okay, that's good.
We try to provide a warm atmosphere so that it's not scary, it's not highly competitive, you know, it's not cutthroat. It's very supportive, warm environment, and each of the finalists, same thing as contestant, once you get accepted, you become a finalist, basically. And each finalist has a big sister to whom they can call and ask questions and just get some support if they get nervous about things.
Okay, and do you have to look a certain way, or be a certain size, or have your
we've
hair a
had
certain way?
tall, we've had short people, we've had thin people, we've had, you know, large people. No.
So it sounds like the judges go by what's inside more than.
They go by the authenticity of the person.
Okay.
They go by the belief that that woman would represent all women all senior women in Michigan, regardless of color, race, ethnicity. It's about being a senior woman and representing all senior women and the most important things that we senior women believe in.
Okay, so now the day of, what happens, we meet all these friends, we get crowned. What happens after then, the pageant, about like the Cameo Club?
Well, after the pageant, the queen is crowned and the runners-up are crowned, you become basically part of a larger organization, the Cameo Club.
Okay.
And the Cameo Club is the support system for the Miss Senior Michigan pageant. They are women who have been participants, who've competed, who've assisted. And basically, they continue to be a support to each other, not just to the organization. So oftentimes there's lots of activities that we go on to. You had some trips to the various casinos, to Mackinac, oftentimes some lunches where we gather to just talk about what we're doing, life. It's a way to maintain a sisterhood, a warmth between women. And oftentimes as we get older, you know, our friends die or leave or go into facilities or aren't who they were when we knew them. And so we lose friends, unfortunately, little by little. And so we have to really hold on to those women that reflect ourselves, our values, the things we believe in justice and diversity and equality. That's what we do, and so that's what the organization
it's a group
does.
friendship. Okay, so the cameos help support. So they do little projects through the year, and they try to raise money.
They do
to
musical shows at the various senior centers.
Oh.
This last year, I think they've done 5. American House, Wellbridge, and a couple of the other senior centers where a group from 5 to 8 of the cameos who are free that day will perform, singing, dancing, or whatever their talent was.
I don't know if we defined a cameo. A cameo is a person that once ran.
In one of the pageants.
Okay. Or, okay, not participated in, they had to have run in to
Well,
it.
participating means being in the pageant.
I mean, not a volunteer,
Oh.
not just a volunteer.
Well, we have found that, we've had some volunteers who, because of close associations with one of the cameos,
Okay.
has been a volunteer enough that they want to help out. That's perfectly fine. Although I think the musical shows have been predominantly women who have been in the pageant that had a dancing, singing, comedy act that they could show.
If somebody just wants to volunteer to come and help the day of the pageant or before the pageant, which you would have to say, what is needed, maybe help advertising, something like that.
Certainly, we always, need women that want to help out, either by advertising or by handing out pamphlets or the pageant book, or just kind of, helping out backstage. There's a lot of work that goes on in putting on a show.
Okay. And once they become the winner, what happens to her? Does she go on to another pageant, or does she just...
The Miss Senior Michigan 2024 gets to represent all senior women in the state of Michigan at the Miss Senior America pageant in Atlantic City in late September, early October.
Wow.
All the states may send a representative queen from their state to this pageant.
Okay.
Last year there were, I think, 48.
Oh, that's a lot.
Not all states have contests. Not all states choose to crown a queen. So we don't always have 50. However, 48, so
That's a lot.
48 women from the various states, all representing their senior women with a form of talent, again, same kind that we do, the same structure, 5-minute interview in the morning, a 35-second philosophy of life, and a 2.5-minute talent. And then walking around the stage in their evening dress with judges judging them. Because there's 48, I think there usually is 5 or 7 judges.
Okay. And we do have a first runner-up.
We do.
And a second runner-up. We don't just crown a queen.
Correct.
We have so in the event that the queen can't do something, and that would be up to the queen, how much I know she's always in the Rochester parade. That however much she does is up to her. Right?
What we try to do is, our goal is to continue to promote senior women.
Okay.
So let's say 2 of our queens, one was from Niles, Michigan in 2019. Obviously, Niles is way on the other side of West Michigan. Another in 2021 was from the area of Clare. And again, that's quite a ways. So if a queen can't come for a parade or an event, either we invite the queen from the year before, or whichever queen may be available to represent our organization to the public on senior women will step in. So we all work together.
Oh, that's good. Well, Toni, thank you so much for being here with us, and I hope that some of you ladies will really consider, because it's fun and you make great friends. So until next week, thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you from all the Miss Seniors. Thank you again.
Bye now.